All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me get a hello. Let's see if everybody can hear me okay. Good morning, Chuck. Good to see you all. Everybody, welcome back. Everybody on YouTube and Facebook Live, welcome back. All right, guys. Well, what is it? It is Tuesday, and Monday was kind of a little rough for me. I overtraded yesterday. I did a lot of trades, did more than I was supposed to. Kind of broke one of my rules. I wanted to kind of share that with you. So and plus, you got to remember, there are certain stocks that we traded that when you trade too many shares of it, you got to make sure. I mean, the volatility was there in a lot of the stocks that we traded, but there was a couple of them that I got a little hurt. I didn't lose a lot, but I had a pretty decent morning. And then what happened was I got caught into a couple of these stocks and did a couple of shakes. We'll talk a little bit about them. Listen, we don't win every day. You know what I mean? This is not like, like Vegas. You go there and you lose. You come back every day. You come in strong. But, what is what it is. And you know what? Got to come back strong, and that's all that matters. All right? But it's always nice to kind of share and learn from other people's mistakes than you making that mistake. And that's how you learn. So anyway, a lot had to do about over trading more than anything. But overall, I mean, today's a hump day. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the best days. I tell everybody, listen, you don't have to work all day. You don't have to trade all day. Trading's not a full-time job. It's basically you work an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon. And that's really realistically what you need to do. Now, looks like everybody's got into the cyber group nice and safe and everything was taken care of. Looks like we had no issues. Apologize over the weekend. These dumb, technology companies do these upgrades without telling us. And I know everyone had an issue. And I really feel bad because we had a lot of new people that came from the Wall 365 looking forward to show up on Monday. So please don't hold it against us. All right. But it looks like everything looks like it's squared away. Anyway, there's a couple of good stocks that are moving this morning, but before we do that, I want to, I like to thank Andrea. Andrea, I'm wearing your clothes. I got your hat, Andrea, from your bakery shop, and your shirt. Love it. Fits perfect. I want everybody can see that. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it on YouTube Live, but thanks, Andrea, for the great outfit and great food. I must have banged out probably, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 of those cookies yesterday. You really know how to get someone really happy on their belly. Well, anyway, but let's go through a watch list and let's see a couple of things that are moving. Jeff, you still can't get into the trading room. He's on YouTube Live. All right, so if you're still having a problem, just call the office and then they should be able to get you in. It shouldn't be a problem. You might just have to just clear out your cookies or something like that. All right. I'm not talking about the cookies that we eat. I'm talking about the cookies on your browser. All right. So anyway, let's go over a couple of stocks that moved pretty well yesterday. I want to start off with the SRNE trade. So that one right there. Let me just fix this little stock right here. So anyway, this stock had a really big pop. This was actually one of the stocks I got a little hurt on because it went up pretty quick, and good thing I got out of it because it went from 7 to 9. I got in around 870, ended up selling it around 850, and it dropped down to all the way below 8. Listen, eventually it came back, but that's not what day trading is all about. You're not here all day trading it. That was one of the stocks, but it was a really, really nice move. It kind of tested its major resistance levels. It got close to right there. You can see it on the long-term chart, and then it kind of backed off. So that stock was good in the morning, and then all of a sudden just kind of like had a change of heart. Another stock that also, here's another one. The IMRN, another nice little mover, 9 o'clock, had a really nice pop right here. It went from 10 all the way to 20. This thing, I don't know what the hell was going on with this thing, but look what ended up happening. The thing took off, came right back down. Beautiful short squeeze, okay? The IMRN, though, you got to be really, really careful with this stock. We've traded this stock many of times. A lot of you remember this stock. It went from 5, went over to 30. And you know what? She gapped up again. I don't know what that really has to, what this has to do with all these orders. I mean, how these stocks go up and down the way they do, as volatile they are. All I know is it's probably just a short squeeze. Just be very, very careful because you could see the stock right around 1 o'clock had nasty shakes. Another stock that I lost a little bit in it, but I didn't get crazy on it because I remember we traded this thing. And good thing I got out of it, because if I didn't, look at the stock went from 16 down to 10. Granted, look what happened overnight. Different ball game, though. IBIO. So this one was probably the better one out of them all. IBIO. I know all of us did really well with this stock. This stock was pretty easy to trade. You could see the stock went from 9 o'clock this morning, went from 450 all the way to about 11, ran to about 7. She just started making a move right now. She's back on the watch list again this morning. She's got to break this resistance levels right here. You could see the stock trades a lot of shares, okay? So if you're an advanced trader, you could trade several thousand. If you're a beginner, you could trade a couple of hundred and not have a problem. Stock traded 7 million shares already this morning. That's a hell of a lot of shares right there. But that one's going back on the day trading watch list. So not only it has, I'm going to tell you, this is a stock I want to tell you. I got a text message this morning from my cousin, and she goes, Fausto, remember that stock you called out and we traded it? You told me to I was going through your watch list, and this is the same thing that my sister was trading. I'm like, which one? There's so many of them. IBIO. I'm like, we traded a while. Oh yeah, we did trade it a long time ago. So anyway, the stock back then, they owned the stock. They traded it back here when it was at 50 cents. They bought it. They owned it about $1. They got a little greedy because they're not really day traders. Ran to 3. They held it ever since, and they couldn't believe it. They went back and they got alerts on their phone. They're like, IBIO. As they like looking at their account, they're like, holy crap! Look how much money I'm up. And you know what? They bought like several thousand shares of it back then. Buy $1 stock at 70. It's not that much money. When you really think about buying several, it's a lot cheaper than buying, Tesla. You know what I mean? Or a Facebook, or any of those brand name stocks. But they're killing it. They're up about 700%. And they were thanking me. They're like, I owe you a bottle of wine, a really expensive one. Thank you so much. I'm like, well, listen. You didn't make any money until you sold it. All right. So don't get too crazy. You still got to get out of that position. But they did really well with that one. And they also did well with this one. There's another stock that we traded. IBIO and HTBX are trading very, very similar. Very similar. You could see they actually moved exactly at the same time. There's another stock that they own too. They were thanking me very much for this one too. They couldn't believe it, how much this one went up. Now, this one's going back on the watch list also. I'll keep, we did really well with this one yesterday. Unfortunately, she ran like in the middle of the day out of nowhere, which is realistically where we don't really trade at that time of the day. But when she broke through this resistance levels right around 310, you see how the thing ran up to about 380. So, we did really well with that one in the middle of the day. But remember, we usually done by 10:30. We stopped. Remember, we had classes that started at 10:30 here at CyberTrading University. So, we only try to train you guys to only work an hour a day. That's what day traders focus on. It's not a full-time job. Now, now let's go through the watch list that's moving this morning. Obviously, we have the HTBX back on the move. This stock not only has been a very good day trade, but you could see here on the long-term chart, it's been a great, great swing trade. Remember one thing. You want to be a good swing trader, a good options trader, you have to learn how to day trade first. How do you know these things are going to continue to move, why they're moving? You know what? When you analyze them and you understand what's happening over the course of the day, then you do it. Because you know what? If you're a swing trader like, oh, wow, look at this stock. Maybe I'll buy it now. Well, we all know being a day trader, how that turns out. But if you want to be a good swing trader, you got to see what's happening over the course of the day. Now, and then all of a sudden, you like my sister or my cousin. You know what I mean? You wake up one morning, you're in a good position, you had a good price, and then you wake up in the stock, you're up about 500-600% on the stock. And you know what? It happens. It happens. But it all matters about owning it at the good price. Now, so we got the IMRN back on the watch list too. We know about that one. MPT is another one I found this morning. Now, this stock, you could see this one also. Really nice move. A lot of you remember we traded this stock back, was it May, when it ran from like $1.70 to about $4. She's gapped up. She was a nice move yesterday. She did move from that. You could see right here. She had a big move there in the middle of the day. And look at it. Look at her now. I mean, this thing is just like literally, it's up 96%. Great little move. She was high as $4. She was starting to reverse, but now she's starting to make a little bit of a comeback. So this one doesn't look too bad. I like this one too here, the MPT. That was another one I forgot to put on the watch list. Everyone's talking about New Bev. What the hell's going on with New Bev? So New Bev obviously had some good after hours news. You could see it went from $1.80 over to $3. Unfortunately, she's backing down now. So I don't know what's going on with New Bev, but once it broke the plane right here, now you got an issue. It looks like it's kind of holding right there, but if it does break that, I mean, don't be sold on the news what came out on New Bev, because she's not looking pretty good on pre-market trading right now. LXRX. Okay, here's another one. Gapped up pretty damn big. Stock literally just went up from $2.20 up to $4. She's starting to build some support levels here. And where is she? Where's my little... There it is. So anyway, I was looking on my my NASDAQ book viewer. And, I noticed there's a couple of decent iceberg orders out here. You got a 9,000 and 8,000, right around 275. So basically, you could see that's why it's basically holding right here, right at that support level. You got a nice little order right there of big block orders. And then you could see, there's a resistance levels right around 3, which is kind of like, you can see it's kind of having a tough time breaking it. By the way, if you haven't watched my video on the on NASDAQ book viewer last week, you could also watch it on our homepage, our website, or just like us and subscribe to our channel right now. And you can watch. I do a very good, big, detailed. Oh, my phone's already ringing because people already asked me about certain stocks. Sorry about that. My family members like, what do I do? What do I do with those two stocks? Should I get in and get out? It's funny. It's exciting. I mean, what's even more exciting? We're almost at 27,000. The market's coming back, everybody. Isn't this awesome? You know what? No safer place than being in a trading room, I'll tell you that. MBRX. Let's go to this one, too. Another one that's gapped up pretty nicely. And you notice a lot of them are all pharmaceutical stocks. You probably heard the news yesterday regarding about they probably have a vaccine coming very soon. Let me tell you, a lot of these people are really trying to do the best that they can. If they do come with a vaccine, we know what we're going to have to short. First of all, did everybody see what happened to APT yesterday? So I forgot to mention this one. I'm going to go back to this stock really quick. So APT makes the masks, right? So President Trump actually tweeted a picture of him making a mask, with him wearing a mask. This is the only reason why this stock took off. Only reason why. So, listen, not to be political or anything out, but, if anybody's actually, especially with a big following and anything like that, when you have something like that going on, that's what draws the stock to make it go up. But sure enough, did it sell any more masks, whatever? No, the stock came right back down. But I'm just trying to point out that actually I traded that stock going right into the close. I actually did pretty well on it. Good thing I got out of it because you see where it came down to. But the thing literally went from 20 to 22.50 just on him tweeting a mask, which is just shows you the power of news on certain things that could do it. But it's not really official news. As it did it sell any more masks or anything else? And that's why it came back down. But APT's been doing pretty damn well. You could see that's a stock that we traded, went from 5 to 40, and then obviously came back down. Big short squeeze, obviously. But all these stocks that have to do with anything with coronavirus are doing really, really well. What else do we got on this list? We got the FIFRX. We're going to put this one on a watch list also. This one is up by 24%, 2.5 million shares already traded. Nice spread, nice tier sizes. Look at the volume over there on the right. Hopping over here on the book viewer, IFRX. Right here on NASDAQ, you can see you got a nice little 17 orders out there at 9,000. You can see some nice big iceberg orders hovering right here around 6.15 to around $6. Not really seeing too much on there you go. So you got a nice big seller at 7. So you have a little bit of a game plan. That probably explains why it's having a tough time breaking right there at that resistance where it kind of backed off. Remember, guys, follow the damn money. I don't know how much more you have to stress that. IBIO is going back on the watch list. We already talked about that in the HTBX. All right. So that's the watch list for what's going on in pre-market. We all know that when the market opens up, we always find new stocks that just show up out of nowhere. But as of right now, not really impressed in pre-market. I didn't do any trades in pre-market, okay? I didn't really see anything. I was completely super sold on it. But I want to see how these stocks open up and go into the open. Now, a couple other stocks. Anybody else have any other stocks? Andrew on YouTube is saying, could you check out the TNXP? Okay. So the TNXP, it's up about 14%, 9 million shares. I saw the stock earlier, but she's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? She's gapped up a little bit. I'll put it on my category too, Andrew, on my second class stocks. It's not my first priority. I'll put it on my second page, but I'll give you that one. I mean, listen, we traded yesterday, but she's starting to break lower lows. Let's see how she opens up. The QLGN, you also pointed out, this stock did really good after hours, but you can see she's not doing too well right now. She's backing off pretty damn fast, going right into the open right now. So that one's also not doing well. David says there is a 23,000 share buyer in Naked. Yeah, I know we traded that yesterday too, right? Naked. So Naked was, it's a penny stock. That's one thing you got to look at it. And you could see, it's doing okay. I mean, second protocol stock, nice little level one stock. You could trade that one. Clifford says, what about the AXU? Nice mover, nice trend. The only issue I have with the stock is the tier sizes. Look over here on the level 3. The tier sizes are pretty low, Cliff, but she is moving nicely. She's got a couple of very, very spotty here on the chart. In pre-market, you can see it's kind of spotty right there, but I'll put that on the list. I mean, we traded that yesterday. I know some of us did really well. The only thing I didn't like about it, it was really slow. It was really, really slow. That was the only bad thing about it. Lisa's, what are your thoughts on Gene? You know what? I'm done with Gene. We traded Gene. It ran from 2, went to 10. It's right back down to 4. The stock is, you could see it clear as day. It is a short squeeze. Okay. So I'm not interested in trading Gene at all. So stay away from it. All right. You're more than welcome. Anybody else? Anybody else on YouTube? Or do you think this 23,000 at 220 bid will push the stock up? On Naked? No, absolutely not. Stock already traded a million shares. The stock is trading crazy volume already. Absolutely not. It'll be somewhat of a support level, but Dave, I'm not completely sold on that much big of an iceberg order, knowing that the stock, how it trades. And I'll show it to you because some people are probably looking at what are you talking about. So let me bring it up. So right here, if you look at here on NASDAQ Book Viewer, he's talking about, for some of you that are watching YouTube Live, he's talking about this order right here. I mean, there are more orders out there. You got a 4,900 shares. You got 5,000 shares, 52. So, that is your more of a major support level, but we'll see. I mean, he's right here. It's just to stop moving that much. That's my only concern. All right. That's my only concern. All right, everybody. So listen, you got about 10 minutes. If you are logged into the CyberTrading University room, we'll start commentating right around a little bit after 9:30. If you're not in any trades, you shouldn't be in anything. Personally, I don't think there's anything really impressive in pre-market right now. But hey, that always changes when the market opens up. So, but before we go, I just want to give everybody a reminder that on Thursday, we got 2 big events that are going on. And I'm just going to post this up over here so you guys can watch this and see it on the YouTube channel. Thursday, I'm going to be presenting 2 events. One on the Investor Expo and one on CyberTrading University, which is our open house. We didn't do one last week because we were pretty booked with Wealth 365. So if you want to learn more about day trading, you want to know more about swing trading, options trading, obviously you being in a cyber group room, that's how you got yourself in here. Come and check this out first and see if it's for you. And then if it is, we'll let you know. You'll be happy to join us in our trading room and see what it's all about. Just remember, guys, you got to learn before you can earn. All right, everybody. Happy trading. Be safe. And we'll see you back here at 2:30 for the afternoon to trade. See what's going on into the close. And don't forget, classes, phase 1, lesson 3 and 4 are going to be tomorrow on Wednesday. But today, almost forgot to mention, totally forgot, 11 o'clock, Traders Talk. Okay? So don't miss that. It's our one of our most popular events. Josh is going to do it today at 11 o'clock. So if you are in the Cyber Group room, you're a trial member, you're going to be able to watch that for an hour. Looks like a couple of people a lot of you sent in your journals. We're going to pick somebody's journal out and we're going to dissect it. We're going to go over it. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay. And that's what it's all about. Learn from other people's mistakes so we don't make those mistakes. That's how you become a successful trader. All right, guys. Sorry about chatting away. I'll see you back here at 11 o'clock. Happy trading, everyone. Be safe.